How's it going? Welcome back to their deck highlight here on YouTube. Today we have another variation of one of my favorite build around cards in the game, and that is Mr. Negative here. Mr. Negative says on reveal, swap the power and cost of all cards in your deck. This means our deck is constructed in a way that we have a lot of high cost, low power cards, because when they get flipped around with Mr. Negative, they become incredibly powerful. The best of these payoffs is probably the White Tiger in this build. Starts off as a 5 mana 1 power card that adds a 7 power tiger to a random other location, that then turns into a 1 mana 5 power card that for a single resource post Mr. Negative adds 12 resource worth of power to the board. The second card in this deck's name, and the thing that's different about this negative brew today, is we're looking to leverage Wong as another way to pay off with White Tiger. Wong says ongoing, all of your on reveal effects happen twice here, so this allows that White Tiger to generate an extra 14 power on reveal, which is quite potent. Wong also works well with other on reveal cards such as Nakia to make our hand really strong, or Ironheart to power up our board twice over. The third and final kind of key card in this deck that I think the deck is much worse without is Lockjaw, who is a 3 mana 2 power play that says when you play a card here, swap it with a card in your deck. This is another card that's very good with Ironheart, White Tiger, and Nakia, because they're low power cards on your own, but you get their on reveal effect, and then Lockjaw tucks them into your deck to grab something else out that's often very powerful if you've also played out a Mr. Negative. The last card I like to call out in the deck tech that I always get questions on is Odin, because when you negative him, he becomes an 8 mana 6 power card that's uncastable. That being said, you don't always draw Mr. Negative in this deck, and a lot of your game wins that don't involve negative are going to involve Odin kind of popping off with White Tiger and other on reveal effects. It's also worth noting that some of the time when you Mr. Negative, Odin's already going to be in your hand, and you can still play it out after the fact, since Mr. Negative only inverts the power and cost of things that are inside of your deck. Before we dive on into the games with this deck, I would like to shout out that this was our first viewer deck submission for Marvel Snap. I have a full collection now, so if you want an easy way to support my content while also getting something out of it for yourself, a little bit for a $10 USD donation, I'd love to play one of your Marvel Snap deck ideas on stream at some point in the near future, and there'll be more information about that in the video description down below if you're interested. At any rate, I hope you enjoy the games. Remember, if you do, to tap that like button, make sure you share the video with a friend who enjoys Marvel Snap. I'll be back real soon with some more Snap content here on YouTube. No 1 or 2 mana plays here to start, so we'll just pass the turn. For anybody that's new to Snap, Snap is played over the course of 6 turns. You can see that from the indicator on the end turn button here. There are 3 locations with different effects that flip up in the center, and the goal is to have the most power in 2 of the 3 locations at the end of 3 turns. All of your cards have a mana cost top left, and the amount of power they add to their location top right. And then obviously lots of different effects and rules text to make the game more interesting than just playing cards with stats for mana. Our deck that we're playing right now is a little bit more expensive in terms of curve. So we've got some clunk in the trunk here. So we've got the Vault, which is cards can't be played here after turn 6. Now I need to decide what do we want to play for our 3-drop. Lockjaw lets me swap some of these cheaper cards in my hand for bigger ones in my deck, which is kind of appealing, but there's also some merit to maybe trying to get the Vault going, or cards into the Vault before that locks up. This deck also has things like White Tiger to sneak into the Vault after the fact, though. I think I'm going to Lockjaw into the Baxter building to start, then we'll like Nakia next turn to power up our hand, and then swap into our deck for potentially something else here. Ooh, there's our namesake though, Mr. Negative. So if you look at the cost and power of a lot of cards in our deck, this deck is designed in a way to have high mana costs and low powers, because Mr. Negative swaps them all around. So I think we're going to go ahead and drop him here into the Vault to kind of power up what's left in our deck. Strong guy into the Vault is strong to contest. So he's got 5 power to start here with his bonus from Okoye. And then ongoing, if they get their hand empty, he gets +6 power. So they only have 11 power here right now, but they basically have a virtual 17 here. I think I'm going to go ahead and Nakia into Psylocke here. So this will make all of the cards in our hand bigger in terms of power, and then Psylocke will give us an extra energy next turn, and then Lockjaw's gonna cycle things through in our deck. So I'll turn these 1 power things into potentially more powerful things. Oh, there's no Iron Man in this deck is interesting. That's a card I've always had in my Iron Man, my negative decks in the past, but I guess it makes sense if you're leaning into the enters play effects with Wong. All right, so we're heading to Limbo thanks to Magic. So normally there are only 6 turns in a game of Snap, but Magic changes a location to Limbo, which gives us the 7th turn. So now I think we just Wong into Ironheart here in the Dark Dimension. Wong doubles are on reveal effects. So Ironheart will give 3 other cards plus 2 power twice. Then we can pass here, and then next turn we have Wolfsbane to trigger twice here. So we're looking to be in an okay spot to win both left and center, I think. We're probably losing right because of the strong guy, I imagine. Because they're kind of at +6 here, and Sunspot could potentially soak up some extra energy for them as well. Oh, we can also sneak cards into the vault. That's true. Frank Spur, thanks for the entire year. Welcome back. I forgot the vault is only locked on exactly 6. Yeah. We could technically put some more stuff into here, huh? Well, they haven't played into the Dark Dimension at all, but I guess they just Nakia'd and they have 4 cards in hand. Do I want to try and contest the vault? I think I do, right? Well, what if I Leader left and Wolfsbane right? I think that gives me a good chance to win the vault, right? That's true. Leader will double whatever they play here. But what if they play nothing? You want to go Leader and Wolf both left? Yeah, I guess that probably wins left and we're probably winning center. Yeah, this is fine. I think there's a chance they don't play here, though. Yeah. All right, did we do it? I think we did it. Unless any of these make this too much bigger. So they're gonna get +3 on their bishop here. Man, that was close. We needed every bit of power on Wolfsbane there. Oh my god. We have turn 3 Mr. Negative with turn 4 shuffle our hand into our deck and get a new one. If that's not a turn 1 snap, nothing is. And this is really key to playing slightly higher variance decks like this that need to have a key card. When the start of your game has that key card set up and ready to go, especially like this, snap early so that way you're more likely to get more points out of it. I don't even know if this is good for us though, chat. Because like, our deck fills the board so much. Like, I'm genuinely not sure. So do I just like White Tiger here? Like put some friends out? I think so. Okay, our opponent has a little bit of mana this turn. I think we're good to go, right? Feels like a dub. I don't think I want a magic here. I think we're winning. Wolfsbane's gonna be like Xbox huge, right? It'll be like a little bit smaller, but still plenty big in the middle. Because the copy starts. Oh, the copy keeps the base too, right? Actually, I wonder if they're about to magic us. They have a ton of mana. We could be getting magicked here. All right, they're popping. Oh my gosh, did we lose? Wait, tiebreakers. Did we win the tiebreaker? What a silly game. All right, so we tied here, but we're up 15 right, and they're only up 2 here. Sometimes lucky. Yes, the first and only tiebreaker is most total power. That's a sweet collector variant. I like that one. I haven't seen that one before. All right, so the miniaturized lab is locked down until turn 6. Jaw to the right. If we don't draw Mr. Negative, we will hold the Kia. Sick. How do we feel about just like Nakia and Ironheart here? Got it. I think I'm into it. Oh, that's so sad. The final turn now, or is it? Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. So they only have one card in their hand, the card they drew for the turn. So it's probably a Chavez, right? So if I just like White Tiger mid. Oh, I guess they're probably gonna soak 6 here, right? And go to 8, and then they'll discard Chavez here and go to 9, so they'll have 9 at 8. So I guess if I Odin, we just win. Is that right? Naked Odin wins the game? I guess I want to naked Odin into... Yeah, my opponent retreated? Okay. Victory. Yeah. We win because Odin either plays with 14, does it? Nailed it. Great. No turn 1 play, unless we draw a Psylocke. There's no turn 2 play. Mr. Negative for turn 3 sounds lovely. I'm gonna avoid playing into here. Really don't want to put rocks in our Mr. Negative deck. The zero sum I was talking about earlier was the ladder system, not the economy. So the ladder system is played for what is called cube points here. You can see this match is currently worth 1 point at the top of our screen. And at any point over the course of a game of Snap, my opponent and I can each choose to snap to double the stakes of the game. And the stakes naturally double on the last turn. So you can, not all ladder matches are worth the same. Depending on how you utilize the snapping mechanic, you can get more or lose less depending on where you're going. I actually snap a good bit less aggressively on stream compared to off stream because people letting me play things out tends to be better for content. Mr. Negative left. The snapping mechanic does mean with good snaps you can climb with worse win rates. It also means though that decks where what's the word that I'm searching for? Decks that are higher variance can be better because you just retreat out of the games that are bad for you. And you, for 1 cube, and you can snap early in games that are good for you to collect more when you're winning. Well, we already have Limbo, so I think I'm just going to Magic the center to clear out the penalty on this, and then we'll Psylocke into Xandar to flip her into something else and get extra energy here. Our opponent's really not going to leverage Limbo well. They're filling their board up by turn 6, it looks like. Is making a bunch of tigers good enough here? I'm not sure that it is, right? Because, like, their Angela's gonna get bigger. Because I could, like, Wong plus White Tiger in the middle. But I don't know that that really helps us. I kind of want to put tigers over to the left, right? I think this is turn 6. 6 of 7 right here. I think I'm going to do this and try and get some tigers over in here to the left. Doesn't leader just win us the game? Not necessarily. It depends on where they play to this turn. They're not guaranteed to play their hand out because there's a turn 7. Alright, just like we drew it up, we got some tigers over there, they played Chavez, and now leader should lock the game up, right? Go ahead and do this here, and then they play 2 7s, we get a 7, they play 2 7s, we get 2 7s, leader copies all my opponent's plays. I'm gonna go ahead and snap here and say, I think I've got this, I want to double the stakes. So now, if my opponent chooses to stay in, the winner will get 4 ladder points, the loser will lose 4 ladder points. You can click on their avatar to see the number of cards. They have 5 cards. Well, they only had 5 power swarms. Sure. Now we have 5 power swarms. He has led us to victory, chat. Nothing to do early. That's fine. Our deck is happy, not really making plays till late. Lockjaw on 3. I have Psylocke is pretty good. Mr. Negative is nice. Draw left and then negative center on 4, I think. Okay, our opponent believes in magic, chat. Oh no! Oh no! Something has gone horribly wrong, chat. Alright, do we Jubilee into the Wong location? Or do we Jubilee into the Lockjaw location? I think I want to do this. And then we can, like, Nakia Ironheart here, and then we can Odin here, potentially, too. Is they're actually filling center kind of low here, right? Oh, I guess they can move people out of center, but then they fill New York kind of low, right? Do I want to pull anybody out of here in order to give more space? Would I rather have more Wong slots or more of these slots? I think I'd rather have more Wong slots, right? Oh, Jubilee, Nakia, Ironheart like this. We'll see how they move things around. There's a good chance Jubilee hits our copy of Magic. We have 50%er there. Killmonger not doing a whole lot here. Limbo goes to Limbo. Nakia's gonna power up our hand twice. Ironheart buffs the board. Wow, that's actually incredible. Oh, snap. And now we do this, right? Because we hit 5 power here, 7 power to here, Odin flips up here and triggers Ironheart again. This is a sweet build of negative. Shoutouts to the deck submission for it. I like it a lot. Does Ironheart trigger 4 times? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have snapped because we were so far ahead, so I get my last turn. I might retreat here instead of giving us a show. The snap was a punch, yeah. We were gonna win. They would have been a fish and stayed for 2 cubes. They're gonna bounce for 6. They stayed in! They're probably infinite and just wanted to see. You can't fall back out of infinite. It's a pretty low cost to stay in once you clear it. Hey, thanks for being one of the awesome folks that made it all the way to the end of the video. Remember, if you want to see more stuff like this here, smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'm absolutely loving all things Marvel Snap, and I'd love to do more of this, and your support makes that possible. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back again real soon for more Snap content here on YouTube.